But yeah, if it's just one of those things that you'll notice, and it's one of the reasons why people will farm those weapon racks and armor racks in single player. Because if you can reenact the same actions, it will drop the same thing over and over again. Like if it's dropping spiderweb sashes, you'll get a spiderweb sash if you do that exact same action over and over again. Which is really good to have right next to a waypoint. So you can get it without like random enemies nearby that have changed the RNG. So what you'll do is you'll farm that, you'll adjust your magic finding, you'll start keep upping it until you start getting the right drops, and then you'll eventually just get a, well, Arachnid's Mesh and stuff like that. That would be over. That's one reason why they probably don't let you keep maps in online, is because people would do that and completely ruin the economy. Because you'd get a flood of Arachnid Mesh, you'd get a flood of various weapon uniques and stuff like that. The most rare things would probably still be jewelry. What was that noise? That was a weird ass noise. The hell was that? That sounded strange. It sounded like somebody was crawling in the bushes outside my window. If you're crawling in the bushes outside my window, stop. I will shank you with a 7-inch knife. Oh, lordy. What's bad is I actually have lived in a place where I felt like I kind of needed a knife next to my bed. So, yeah. It's not out of the question for me to have that. Let's go ahead and nuke all them. I think it's just the wind blowing, personally. That or there's something crawling around in it, because there's animals here. A lot of cats love the bush outside my door. You'll leave the bushes now to avoid being stabbed. Probably a good plan. And if you hear me adjusting how I'm sitting, it's because my back's killing me. It's a side effect of the antihistamine stuff. Think that maybe that if a monster goes down at the exact same time with same IP subsets in different games, the server rolls the item to be the same, but both with different stats maybe. They might even actually have the same stats. And the RNG in Diablo 2 is... There's a few things that factor into it. I don't think we have pinned down everything that impacts it, but like the direction you approach an armor stand matters. The number of enemies nearby whenever you pop it matters. Well, actually, it's the number of entities, not necessarily the number of enemies. So if you have a bunch of summons, it can change it as well. So do keep that in mind if you are going to be doing farming that. You may get different results if you have summons up, like a golem or something like that. But that's another reason why Lower Cuirass in single player is such a good place to farm. Because you'll end up with a bunch of those armor racks as well, because those love spawning in Lower Cuirass. I hate these little things because they just get knocked back by everything. You can fart on them and they go flying, but ugh. I have to kill them so I have a clear path back. Because we're about to be in Gloam territory. But there's probably other things that affect the RNG as well. Because we actually did do seeded runs as a series for a while. And I might return to that. I don't know yet. Sorry. I might return to seeded runs in the future. It'll be in LOD, not in Resurrected, but we'll see. Oh, yep, we have Gloams. Hi, Gloams. Go, Valkyrie. Be my meat shield. And they are going to reaction lock me if I don't get them down quick. And I hate that they're lightning immune, because then I can't do my whole little trick with, whatchamacallit. Okay, so we've got Doom Knights, which is fine. Doom Knights are decent enough. I would rather have something I can leech off of, but... Do I know a good rune word for the Amazon helmet? Its lore is fine. Generally speaking, rune word helmets are not going to be that great. For the Amazon, you're going to want leech helmets. Hey, we do have something we can leech off of. Sweet. I'm fine with leeching off of these guys. We're going to switch over to magic arrows since they just conveniently lined up. Works fine. Oh, we've got... Gloams! Why are you such dicks? Burning Soul. Oh, wow. The Burning Soul isn't targeting him. That's kind of cool. Hey, we got another one of you. Sweet. And yes, I know I'm low on life. I was hoping to leech some of it back to these idiots. No, a seeded run is where you actually set the map seed. Because that's actually something you can do in classic Diablo 2 is you can actually force a seed to work. So like we did the 666 seed and we did a 1337 seed over the time of it. And if you have two characters that have the same seed, their maps are going to be the same. And it does affect RNG to an extent, but not entirely. So we did get different drops on the different seeded ones because it's not the only RNG factor. Healing potion, healing potion. Launching all the volleys because, frankly, this stuff hurts. And we have, like, almost no chance of actually hitting things. So it's going to take us a while to actually kill them. Okay, I heard a gem drop. There's a flawless diamond. There's a refilling shrine. Too bad that doesn't refill our arrows. But yeah, there's a lot of commands that you can, command line arguments that you can do in LOD
What do you need?
to help you kind of, for single player that is, that can actually have a lot of fun side effects. One downside of doing a seeded run in LOD is that you can't run it with the, oh, whatchamacallit, I'm trying to remember the command. Basically the direct text command. So you can't run it with mods. Can you up your Mage Plate Enigma to an Archon Plate? Nope. Once you've made it, it's in that forever, and there is no formula for upgrading Runeward from like normal to exceptional or exceptional to elite. The only things that have formulas for that are going to be rares and uniques. I really wish they'd do it for sets. That would be so much fun. People are like, but Saigons would be... No, Saigons would not be overpowered with it. The strength requirement on it would be ridiculous. If you upped everything to elite, it wouldn't be worth the strength required to wear the shield. That's why you don't see people running Medusa's Gaze. Yeah, Mage Plate's not a bad choice for Enigma. I generally go for light elite armors, but Mage Plate is one of those that you can guarantee is going to be 3 sockets. So it's really, really reliable, basically. Saigons is a nice set in general. It's just... Let's go ahead and just nuke them from afar. Hey, thank you, Valkyrie. These things wouldn't have actually seen me if it wasn't for the Valkyrie. Normally, they would be shooting me by then, but... And unfortunately, we're not getting any leech because there's nothing off of there that gives us leech. Let's go ahead and switch to this. And yes, we are using up our arrows using guided arrow on these, but it's fine. For your spider, only need 55 strength, and it gives almost enough for all gear. Yeah. But if you were to like upgrade them to exceptional or elite, it would cost a metric ton. Let's go ahead and switch over to this for these guys. Why did it get rid of what I had? Oh, because we had the flail on there. I find that ridiculous, but that's fine. Can I? Oh, I'm fucking bullshit. Stop. Thank you. And yes, I know this is not hurting the Gloams, but I need a moment of breathing so I can switch over to the other skill, because it takes... This is one thing that really is pissing me off about D2R. It takes the skills off of there if you don't have that specific weapon equipped. It's like, come on, you sack of shit. Stop unequipping my crap. It's not nice. There we go. Hey, Mocha, how's it going? Let's see. You were always under the idea that there was a possibility that players' gear, eye level, Q level might affect the RNG on BNet drops as a secondary effect of Magic Find and possibly no drop. It doesn't affect no drop, I can tell you that. As far as RNG, it theoretically could impact the RNG, but chances are it doesn't. You're more likely to be impacted by, like, just more random factors, like the location of... Oh, for God's sake. Like the location of enemies and stuff like that, where it's a little bit less able to be manipulated by the player. That's the reason why they use the enemy counts, enemy locations, and stuff like that to seed the RNG a little bit. G-Face, High Lords, Drax Grief. Okay. Featuring charms and stuff. It's pretty good. Okay, so we got rid of them. We were getting murdered. Due to any item that could have been, a rune has a higher chance to roll. But yeah, charms and stuff like that will auto magic, so you don't really need magic find for them unless you're going for Geeds. Geeds is the only unique charm that you can just randomly find. I've gotten a lot of mine from Diablo, weirdly enough, and he's not supposed to be the best drop for it. Let's go ahead and get more life, because we are getting ripped to pieces. Lightning Fury is going up, and we might use it at some point. If we ever get high enough to use that... Well, actually, we're 2 levels away from it, so we might. We might actually get high enough level for that. The replenishing javelins. Oh, no, 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 no. I saw you down there. There's a ton of them down there. If you're hunting runes, make a Java and run cows with highest character clear rate. You can. The Javazon is not bad for getting runes. Personally, I prefer running Chaos Sanctuary, which means I usually run like a Strafer or a Zealot or something like that. That can clear those super easy and super quick. Same for Travancore. And I really hate that these guys run away so much. And that is hitting a wall. Because he is hiding inside the fucking post. Nice. Are you not dead? Oh, bite me game. Okay, lightning on these guys definitely. Okay, no bolts off of... Oh, there's some bolts. Sweet. We need those. Did it? Oh, it put it into the offhand. That's not normal behavior. I mean, I can make one of those in single player, just fine, but yeah. There's the boss mob. This guy's not going to be too bad because, well, we can knock him around. Nice. I play, this one is account self-found, so I don't have all that stuff because we're not trading or trying to upgrade to anything. We're just going through like you would if you were a new player and didn't want to trade. So we can actually just get all the stuff that we want. Ah, Jesus Christ. I hate fucking gloams. Yeah, we always seem to get the like massive number of gloams. It's because I don't like them. But yeah, I've played since the betas, like the original LOD beta. Not LOD, D2 Classic beta. And then I was in the stress test, and then I played release. I need to go through my old hard drives and see if they're actually still working, because I might be able to get the old stress test file at least. It wouldn't work anymore, but... Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Let's see. Oh, there's already bots. There's auto clickers aren't even the only thing. There's literally bots. But there's also people who are just clicking fast, and there's latency issues and all that kind of stuff. But let's see. You're building a fire orb source. You prefer fireball over meteor. You think that you should level fire orb instead of mastery as it has a higher support. For fireball orb, generally speaking, I just do max orb a little bit into mastery if I need it. Minimum of 1, but a few points if I need it. And then on the fireball side, I'll do max fireball. I'll get down to meteor and get that leveling up, and then I'll kind of like alternate between that and fire mastery. There is an optimal path through it, like how you do those. So that's, yeah. Maybe the server sees that you have all the good endgame stuff you need for all your characters, so it just doesn't give you drops anymore. No, it doesn't work that way, but that would be kind of sad if it did. Lightning. I don't recommend lightning orb to new players. Fireball orb is generally going to be the easiest, like, kind of starter setup. I mean, orb fireball is going to be the slightly easier starting setup. Lightning is really strong and really powerful. It also requires a lot more mana than fire to do this kind of same things. But both of them are good. I still need to do the lightning orb budget guide, which is perfectly viable. I also need to do the lightning starter guide as well. But lately I've been on a kick of doing the late game, these are weird things build. In fact, I really loved the one that I'm going to be releasing on Friday. I will, just a second. There you go. It's now public. Yeah, for some reason it caught that as spam. Probably because you used the word spam. Let's see, you're thinking of doing lightning orb or lightning wall. There seems to be way more fire cold immunes than lightning cold or lightning fire. Watch the video on Friday and it might give you an idea, especially if you already have an infinity. I got tired of people saying that such a certain build that wasn't viable, so I made the build video for it because frankly I haven't really seen one anywhere. It's a build that's been around since 1.1, so yeah, I was like, this is a build, people use it. It's just because it wasn't super popular, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. But yeah, I literally got frustrated with people saying, this build is garbage and doesn't work. And so I made the build video to show that it really does actually clear a lot of the farming areas faster than even a normal lightning chain lightning sorceress. And yes, we are focusing in on them because Gloams are assholes. Let's see. But there is a lightning wall build. It's just not lightning. It's Nova. But needless to say, it wrecks shit. Okay, so we've got you. Hopefully he didn't lure his little friends. He did. So we're going to go ahead and kill his little friends. Let's go ahead and use that one instead. He's going to do more damage. Oh, he's targeting me. Sweet. That's fine. We'll have to back off for a little bit and actually let our mana recover because this does use up a chunk of mana. I don't want to use all my mana potions on him. Your two sources are Max Blizz and Firewall / E-Shield. I'm not a huge fan of Blizzard. Blizzard is a great boss killer, but the fact that so many people have like built it up super high makes it really annoying to make sorceress videos. Because people are like, I have a Blizzard source and I can't get through hell. No shit, because there's this whole thing called Act 5. It's Act 5 is going to... And there's also a lot of cold immunes in Act 1 too. But those are a little bit easier to juke and avoid. In Act 5, they're just everywhere.
I am overburdened.
But it's like, they're great for farming. People need to realize they're not great for just going through the game. So we'll throw that on there. Yeah, your Blizz source wrecked face until she ran into cold immunes, then respect into Orb Wall and was able to move on. Yeah, Orb Wall is pretty popular right now. I'm not the biggest fan of having two skills that require cooldowns, but especially considering Wall's cooldown is actually a little bit long comparatively, but it works. It works for what you're going to do. Only because you didn't want to invest into a 220 Circlet and 220 Amulet in Infinity. You don't need Infinity for any build. It just makes certain builds easier. Where's our stairs? Our stairs are down. Are they down here or up there? I think they're up here. I think that's the stairs. Okay, lightning time. Yeah, that guy goes down relatively quick. Nice. Okay, let's go to town real quick, because I can't guarantee that I'll find the waypoint super fast in there. And I want to get my full rejuves back up. We need 3. And we never have to deal with Gloams again, except for in Act 5. We have a few places in Act 5 where they can be, which is annoying. Then she started running into fire cold immunes, which is why you considered lightning wall. Fire cold immunes are not super common, but they do pop up. They're going to always be super uniques, unfortunately, but you're going to run into lightning fire immunes too. They're usually in the earlier acts, so. And we are kind of going jabbies on almost right now. Mainly because, yep, things here. There's going to be one thing that can spawn here. No, 2 things. Keep forgetting about the bats. But yeah, there's 2 things that spawn here that can be lightning immune. And I think we only got one of them on this spawn pool. So get rid of you, because you were actually targeting me. The rest of this should be relatively easy. Diablo is going to be a lot of running around in circles, which isn't that bad, but it's frustrating at times. Because we are, as I said, under-leveled. You should generally be in your 80s by now. If you are new to the game, you should generally be aiming to be in your 80s by this point. It's also why you're considering Enchantress plus Lightning. Now you just need to get her dex up to 188 because upgraded Kuko is no joke. Oh! You don't really need to upgrade Kuko, but if you did, that's fine. Only reason to upgrade Kuko is for a little bit more physical damage. Now the question becomes, what did you socket in it? Did you socket a shell? Did you socket a Neff? Did you socket to him? Socket to me? The cake? Cake. Yeah, we'll just wander around this area until we find the stairs and waypoints. I love that they spawn together, though. Makes life so much easier. And with only one lightning immune here, I think we are going to stick with the javelins.
I am overburdened.
You are not overburdened, you dingus. It's 2 socket. Okay. That actually could have been... We could use that for a lore if we wanted to. And he's multi-shot, which is going to make him a little bit painful, but I think we can handle it. Especially considering we actually have fairly decent fire resist. Let's kill his little friend first. Okay, so your spectral hit, multiple shots, which makes you resistant to everything. You're stone skin, so you're immune to physical. You're just a jerk, aren't you? You're worse than Izzy. You joik. You put a shell in it. Awesome. Let's go with multi-shot on these guys. What is our chance to hit them? I don't think it's going to be terribly high. Yes, 54%. Now, our magic arrow actually has a 54% chance of hitting as well. I don't know why they don't fix that, but it's a bug that's been around since the dawn of time, where magic arrow, fire arrow, and stuff like that don't actually give you the attack rating boost, they say. And you guys are going to eat all the lightning. And the reason I'm doing this particular one right here is because they're spread out. Whenever they start clumping up, I can do that and just nuke them a little bit. And we still have that bouncing around. Goodness gracious. You can see going hybrid is not a bad idea. The hybrid on is a thing. Time to nuke everything. I know that, oh, by the way, I know that Riss got a copy of Grim Dawn, so I might try to, like, not step on his toes with that one, but I still want to do some Grim Dawn on here. And I want to do some Last Epoch, because that's actually going to be good for the channel if I get into that and can get it to kind of the level we have with the Diablo 2 content. I need to learn it well enough to do that, though. Which is, it takes a while to learn it that much. And also, there needs to be better sources of information, too. Because right now, there's actually not that many great sources of information on a lot of these games. There's good ones, but you have to sift through a lot of, like, really crappy wikis and stuff like that that have half information or, like, misinformation and all that kind of stuff. Or old information. That's a problem that a lot of people getting into Diablo 2 have. They don't know about Amazon Basin and stuff like that. It's just definitely one of those things that if you've been around long enough, you know about it, but other than that, it could easily be overlooked for the stuff that's not quite as good of information. Aim for the shadows, boo! It tells you where they're at. There's a couple more down here. But let's see. We'll probably get through Act 4 tonight, and then do Act 5 on the next stream. Because I am slightly determined, but also it's getting late. I need to actually get some more stuff done. I've gotten this week's videos set up. I need to work on the new format for First Strike and stuff like that. Get some of those videos out. And start in on the Grim Dawn LP. I'm behind on everything except for this channel, so Oh, they are ganging up on me. There you go. Blood maim die. Okay. Healing potion, yes. Oh, these guys are immune to lightning. I always forget that they're immune to lightning. They're just jerks. So do we want to do the other quest here? That would actually get us some more XP. We need 2 more levels. Well, level and a 2/3. Can I show my gear and level at the end of the stream? I can show it now if you want. Those are our skills if you're curious. This is our level, 74. Currently have this kind of setup. And inventory-wise, we have Bariza, Talrashas, Eye of Etlik. We need to really upgrade that probably. Peace, Resist Gloves, Resist Belt, Resist Boots, Resist Ring, and Ravenfrost to keep Cannot Be Frozen, and just a bunch of Resist Charms. Anyone need an Thresher? You need some threshing? Okay, so we got, like, not a terrible setup here. How I would love to be a Zealot right now. And speaking of Zealot, we do actually have multiple 4-socket Zealot shields, so I will probably be doing a Spirit Shield on him, even as a Zealot, because I have one with, like, decent resist and stuff. So we will be okay on resist on the Paladin. I should probably transfer over a Spirit for our shield on this one. Because right now we're using the Saigons. And it's not really that great. It's giving us the +1 skills, which is fine, but it's not entirely necessary. And we're just trying to conserve ammo for the moment. Nothing here is too terribly threatening. If we get across a boss pack and need to do guided arrow, then we might be needing that ammo for something more important. That's why we're not going full speed. We're conserving because we actually do want to kill everything. Thank you for the bolts. And I think that looks very weird at our feet, for those of you who are curious. Why I was like, this looks strange. Can I? There we go. Get some lightning jumping between them. and that will bounce around quite a bit. And we'll go after him with the big one. And the lightning skills are actually going to be pretty good against bosses as well. We used it against Duriel, and that worked out quite well. We'll see if they fix the Diablo bug or not. Don't know yet. And if I remember correctly, Thresher goes up to 5 sockets, so you could still make an Obedience in it if you didn't get the 4 for the Infinity or anything like that, which is the most common thing for that Thresher.